Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Hold on, you're back there. Yeah, sure. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Eden's Realm. So, it is episode 6. I am excited to be here. You wanna know why? Because by the time this video releases, 1.21 is gonna be out. I am super stoked for it, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready for crafters. I'm ready for everything. I do need to do a little bit more at the raid farm because I don't have any other gunpowder farm yet. But don't tell anybody, okay? Yeah, it'll be our little secret. So what's the plan for today? Well, first of all, I want to tell you I did the stream on YouTube. It went really well. No hiccups at all. Okay, there might have been a few, but it was still really good. And I not only managed to get the system set up with the command blocks down below, it's way down in the world that way, and we'll never have to worry about it again. And if I place a block of netherite on this block here, it turns insomnia on and off. But I don't have another block of netherite. I got one during the stream, placed it there, turned insomnia off, and now I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm never gonna touch it again. Maybe. We'll see. Um, I'm considering doing this for in the future, so there are some game rules that have been introduced in 1.21. Might do that. We'll have to consider if I want to do it, if I want to set up a system like that, or if I just want to edit those game rules right at the start of whenever I update 1.21. I don't know. We'll see. I still have a while though because I need to wait for the mods to update. And while normally things do update pretty fast, sadly it's gonna take a while. It's probably gonna be a month if we're real with ourselves. But I did get some netherite, which is really good. I think if we check over here, I have thought I had more than one piece. Oh, that's right. I did go mining for some more ancient debris afterwards, and so now I'm up to 16, which is pretty good. But I've been doing a lot of AFKing at the raid farm. We find, here it is. Yeah, this is all gunpowder, and I'm trying to stock up on it because I don't have another gunpowder farm, and I tend to run through this stuff. So I'm gonna keep doing that for the next couple of episodes, maybe one episode before we move into 1.21. But yeah, that's the update. If you didn't watch the stream, go watch the stream. I will put a timestamp link or something on the screen right now so you can go and watch me do all of the stuff in creative if you're interested there. It's honestly a really cool process. Command blocks are super fun, and I understand why we don't have them in survival, but I think like something like that would actually be really cool. I don't know, lots of ideas. But yeah, go check that out, and we're gonna get on with today's project, which just so happens to be not too dissimilar from what we did in the last episode. And I'm not talking about that monstrosity over there. I'm talking about the drowned farm that I was working on making. So we can't use the area that I cleared out over yonder that was like, what, 2 episodes ago now? We can't use that for the drowned farm like I was hoping, but what we can do is we can use it for a squid farm because I am low on black ink, and another project that I want to do needs a substantial amount. And so hopefully what I can do is I can make a relatively efficient drown farm, or not relatively efficient ink sac farm that will give us a lot of stuff. But I'd also like to be able to turn it off because I want to be able to have the ability in the future to have another glow ink sac farm over there. The one issue that I foresee that we're going to have with this is the fact that there is going to be some dolphins spawning, and I can show it to you now if I use the carpet command log mobcaps. What we will see up here is this is all of the different mobcaps. So HO is hostile mobcaps, passive is PA, And then if we look all the way down here, WC, or water creatures, is what squid spawn in. Squids, dolphins, and I think glow squids spawn in this water creatures mob cap. And the interesting thing is you can only have 5 of them. So if any dolphins spawn, that's going to greatly reduce our rates. So we need to find a way to get rid of them relatively quickly. And I have a plan that's going to match up with that. So we should be able to turn the farm off and use that same system to get rid of the dolphins. The layout for this is pretty simple. We just have a stone and glowstone layout here. Golly, I'm getting shot from down below. Where we got dispensers here, and they will put water in these 4 holes because it lands on the glowstone, and then we'll have single lines of water going all the way down. But I have used all of my string to craft as many dispensers as I can get, and yeah, I don't have enough. So I guess it's back to killing mobs. Okay, this is gonna take far. Yeah, watch out. Goodness gracious. This is gonna take far too long. I'm not in a good state. And 12 string. Okay. Maybe I'll tell you what. I will go and find a spider spawner somewhere, and we'll use that because I need a lot of dispensers. And dispensers I have used. So I used something like 2.5 stacks of dispensers to do this. My original thought was to try and fill in this entire area here that is ocean, and I did most of it. I cut off some of the edges here, but yeah, there's a lot of dispensers, and I went through, I filled them all up, and now if we press this button, actually I can turn off the borders. You can see we get water all around, and we get this spreading effect because we have the block beneath. So each one creates 4 different water pillars, basically, that the squids can spawn in, and then if we press it again, it all goes away. So the idea with this is that we're gonna have we're gonna use signs to hold the water in specific places, and using that, what we're gonna do is we'll just have the squids fall out, and they'll fall onto the ground and die, and we'll go through. And so the zigzag pattern that you saw the water getting dispensed in, we'll just turn that on and off quickly, on and back off, on, off. And what it'll do is we'll get like this ripple effect where each time that the squid spawns, they will pretty quickly die after they spawn. I don't know how exactly it's going to work, but I know that we're already getting a bunch of ink, so I'm super happy with it. And now I just need to do a little bit more down here on the floor and fix up the redstone up top. And the squid farm is done. Well, sort of. It's not wired up, and it is not looking pretty yet. I don't know if it ever will, but it does work. So we just flick this on, and that sends my FPS into the oblivion. And then we come down here and remove this, which sends off the minecarts all underneath there. I had to spend a couple hours AFK at the gold farm to get enough, but we finally have enough golden powered rails, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like the U.S. Treasury because my gold reserves are gone, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm happy with what we've got here, and I think it's a pretty smart system. We should see once they start getting back that everything will get dispensed, and we'll end up with items right down there. So, one quick shower of glowstone everywhere, and now everything is back up and working. You can see we already are starting to just roll in the ink sacs. They come in pretty fast, and yeah, it works exactly like I planned. The dolphins don't die as quickly as I would like, but I'll be honest, I don't want to do this again. It was a lot of work, and I think I over-engineered it, and that's really loud. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I need to turn it off though so that my FPS doesn't tank. Too many entities and flowing water. But you may have seen with a peek into my inventory that I got the eye armor trim. I got the idea while I was AFK at my gold farm to check out all of the different trims and kind of see what I was missing. And so I went through, listed all the trims, and put a two-letter acronym for where I can find them. And this is where we're at. We have 6 out of 18, and I think with this one that I just got with the eye armor trim, we should be just at one more, which is, what is it? 7 out of 18. So we're getting close. I went and picked this one up from the stronghold over that way. Found it pretty quickly, as you can see, and I'm super happy with it. I also managed to get some sugarcane because I was once again low on rockets, and so I put up that temporary sugarcane that you can see behind my shoulder and used that to get me another shulker box of rockets. But now, on to the question that everyone has been asking today. What are we going to do with this thing? And I don't mean what are we going to do for the build for it, because nope, I don't have it planned, and nope, I don't know when it will be planned. What are we going to do for chunk loading it? Because there obviously are some of the systems that can be chunk loaded and run completely automatically. So what are we going to do for it? Well, I've been giving it some thought, and while I like the chunk loaders that I have set up here and for my storage system, they're not super they're reliable, but they're not super user friendly in the fact that they're difficult to turn on and off on a command system. And so what I'm thinking I'm going to do in the future, I'm not doing it today, is we're going to clear out the area below the island, and we're going to set up a chunk loading grid down there. It would have to be a smart chunk loading grid so that only stuff that needs to be loaded is loaded at a specific time. But it would also need to be able to be like a call and receive system, and so that would mean I would need to be able to like send items or some form of communication to a chunk loader, and then it would load it. So like in theory, I could turn on this farm from over there somewhere, or if I had a big control panel somewhere on the island, I could turn it on from there, which would be really cool. But as of right now, I don't have that infrastructure, and I don't really want to just like run redstone lines on top of the mycelium and grass. That doesn't look very good, right? So I need to give some thought to designing that. But yeah, I'll keep working on that in the background. But you guys can know that that's kind of the plan for right now. Okay, but the actual question everyone was wondering is, what are we gonna do with all the black dye? That's the question you've probably been asking. Why are we building this squid farm? Well, I am considering, well, I'm beyond considering. I already have designed a road system, or I don't know, a road system, a road design for the buildings here. So obviously we have what's going to be eventually a street going along here, and I don't know where anything else is going to go, but I've been thinking that it would be smart to get the road down, and then based off of that, we'll be able to place this build a little bit more efficiently. And so I need a lot of black dye for that because I'm using a lot of gray and black concrete and wool and a little bit of terracotta, I think. So yeah, that's why we need all of the ink sacs. But I don't know. I'll get started on that. We'll see where it leads us. And as you can see here, we have the roadmap. So it's not a literal roadmap, but it's a map of the size of the road, right? So I'm planning on having like some edges here that are more like sidewalk style, and then we're gonna have some stripped bamboo stacks or planks. I forget what they're called. They're gonna be here in the middle. They're gonna be our like middle stripe, and then over here is going to be our like dark gray concrete, which is like the asphalt of the road. So I laid this out so you can get an idea, and I'm starting to harvest some wool, which I'm gonna need. I've got a little bit of it, and I need to go and put my concrete through that thing over there. And I do want to be transparent. I am kind of running out of time, so I did use the gravity block duper to dupe, I think it was 4 shulker boxes of gravel. Um, so I'm being transparent about that because I haven't decided whether or not we're going to dupe all of the gravity blocks or just sand. So that decision is still to come in the future. I gotta give it some thought. But for now, I have only a few hours left to get this done and get it edited tonight so that I can get it out tomorrow, because 1.21 is already out and I have not started playing with anything in that. I haven't started playing with the crafters because I've been working on this video. So yeah, I'm going to go put this through the mill, the monstrosity over there, get us out some concrete, and we'll see where that gets us. And it's done. Looks pretty sweet. I am happy with it. Obviously, I didn't go that far, but yeah, this is what we have. I really like the look of it. I think that the deep slate here looks a little bit odd, but I had to stop here because I am completely out of wool. I can harvest a little bit more, but I need some more light gray, and I don't I don't really want to keep doing this. So I think next episode, what we're gonna try and do is we're gonna try and figure out our sheep problem, and maybe put it in one of these buildings. I haven't made it clear, but the plan is not for this to be its own building. The plan is to have either 3 or 4 of these around and make up like a little central plaza area here. I still gotta work on the final idea for that a little bit, but yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end today. Thank you very much for watching. Hope that you guys have enjoyed it. I'll see you again in the next one. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.